Is Sacramento's economy at a tipping point, some are wondering? Well, the Sacramento Business Review put out a forecast this evening looking at the next year.
New tonight, CBS 13's Drew Balea is live in downtown Sacramento to explain why growth is the X factor here. Drew?
Well, Sacramento, if it were a country by itself, would be the 56th largest economy in the world. So we're talking about a lot of growth and a lot of money. But have we reached the peak? Are we at that pinnacle? And is there an economic downturn in our future?
There's room to grow. Our momentum is going to carry us through 2017. But we see a lot of headwinds ahead.
Sanjay Varshney headed up the group of analysts that explored the economic future of the Sacramento region.
We are not expecting any major changes in the momentum that we have seen that has really been a remarkable recovery for the region.
Varshney says consumer spending is on pace with national numbers, and small businesses are booming with confidence.
We're seeing our small businesses basically extremely optimistic about all the different aspects of business going forward for the next 6 months.
But like every economic cycle, there are peaks and valleys. So how much longer will this peak continue to rise?
We're probably going to face a major crisis when the next recession hits, which is not too far away.
Varshney says it's not time to panic, but prepare for the next economic downturn.
When it does come around, and it's going to come around pretty soon. It's not, if not 2017, 18 maybe, or maybe 19. Are we prepared for it?
The forecast shows people can make changes to prepare now when it comes to banking cash. In the Sacramento area, people are saving just 2% of their income compared to 8% nationally, which may be a sign of tighter budgets and stagnant wages.
Personal incomes haven't kept up necessarily with the cost of living.
The report also detailed a widening wage gap and declining middle class in Sacramento. Homes bringing in less than $25,000 or more than $150,000 continue to grow.
The challenge is going to be, again, driving more jobs to the area.
Not just any jobs, but higher paying jobs. Varshney says that's a key takeaway from their 2017 forecast. And there was two other key points that were discussed during the meeting there today. One being, of course, the housing market, which is said to remain stable, or they're forecasting to remain stable through 2017, and that's mainly due to a limited supply. Also, there's another potential unknown, although we're seeing bits and pieces of it leading up to Inauguration Day, but that being, of course, Donald Trump and his administration taking office on Friday. So what will his policies, what will his comments, what will his procedures be, and how will they influence the markets? That is yet to be seen, so there's still a lot more to be learned as we head forward into 2017. You can read that full report at CBS13.com.
Well, in terms of the middle class, that's consistent with what we're seeing across the country. I mean, they've been losing ground for 20 years. So, Drew, thanks very much for that interesting report tonight. And tonight's event was not without some controversy. One of the 17 authors left out of the presentation introduction of team members. Jessica Kriegel helped author the Human Capital Index. Her picture and bio was in the printed materials, but was not recognized in front of the crowd. She spoke out against the organizers' decision to have an all-male panel presenting the findings of the report, as opposed to having a female voice and perspective on stage. She says she sent an email to the head of the review, but it was dismissed, so she wrote an op-ed in a local paper.
It makes sense to have a more diverse group of people on a panel so that you have more diverse perspectives, so that you have a more broad, range of opinions.
We also asked the head of the forecast review, Sanjay Varshney, about the decision to leave Kriegel out of the presentation and go with an all-male panel.
And we feel very proud of the team. I think they did a fantastic job.
And do you have any reaction or response to Jessica Kriegel's critique of the all-male panel?
None. It's her opinion. It's unfair. That's her opinion.
Okay. And
Kriegel says that she does not plan to volunteer her time on future reports.